Math Conquerors, and welcome to our math lesson today. Lesson 1-2, comparing whole numbers. On the board, there are some notes that you will need to put into your math notebook, and we're going to go over those notes together. Today we're going to talk about comparing numbers. Numbers are either equal or not equal. If two quantities are equal, then they are called an equation. 2 equals 2 is an equation. If two quantities are not equal, they are called an inequality. 2 is less than 3. 3 is greater than 2. This is our equal sign, less than sign, and greater than sign. You will need to pause the video and put this into your math notes. One way that we can compare whole numbers is to use a number line. Numbers to the right are greater than numbers to the left. Numbers to the left are less than the numbers to the right. So if we want to know if 214 is equal, less than, or greater than 209, we can look at our number line. So on our number line, we will see 209 to the left and 214 to the right. So our rule is if the numbers to the right are greater than the numbers to the left, so that would mean that 214 is greater than 209. Now if you look back in your math notes, you will see that the greater than sign looks like this. And so we turn the open to the 214. Now some people like to think of this as an alligator or a mouth, and that the alligator or the mouth always wants to eat the larger number. But you do need to memorize the signs and what they look like. You need to be able to understand that this is a less than and this is a greater than sign. Now we have two new problems on the board, and we're going to look at this one first. And it says 597, 589. We need to decide if it's equal, less than, or greater than. So I have written a number line here, and I decided to count by twos. 588, 590, 592, 594, 596, 598. So I know that 597 is in between 596 and 598, and 589 would fall between 588 and 590. So now I know, remember our rule, that numbers to the right are greater than numbers to the left. So 597 is greater than 589. Now let's look over here at 602 versus 610. Here we have 602 and 610. Numbers to the right are greater than numbers to the left. Numbers to the left are less than numbers to the right. So this is less than. Again, you can think of it as an open mouth, but always remember you need to understand that this is a less than and a greater than sign. Okay, so study that so that you will understand that. Now I have two problems on the board that I would like for you to put in your math notebook and to work. Pause the video and come back and see if you got them correct. Okay, let's look at the two numbers. Now, we want to compare 594 to 594. So I just drew a very small number line because 594 is equal to 594. They are the same number, so we would put our equal sign. 610 versus 589. I decided to count by fives because if I count by twos, my number line is going to get very long. So I can count by fives, and I know 589 falls somewhere in between here. And 610 falls between 605, 610 actually falls on it, 610. So we know that numbers to the right are greater than numbers to the left, so I would use my greater than sign. Another way to compare numbers is to line up the digits at the ones place. I have two numbers here, 7,677 and 7,442. I can take these two numbers and line them up. Now it says to line them up at the ones place. So the 7 and the 2 are in the ones place. And if you do not line them up correctly, you will not get the correct answer. 4, 4, 7. Starting at the left, find the position where the digits are different. The number with the greater digit is the greater whole number. Okay, well, how do we do that? Starting at the left, this is our left, we're going to go to each digit and ask ourselves, are the digits the same? Is 7 the same as 7? Yes. So we go to the next digit. Is the 6 and the 4 the same? No. So I compare those two digits. Who is larger, 6 or 4? 6 is larger than 4. So that means 7,677 is greater than 7,442. So I line my digits up, starting with the ones place, and then I go from left to right until I find a digit that does not match. Now, if we are working with really large numbers, drawing a number line may not be the best solution. So we can line these numbers up and compare digits. That might be the easiest way to compare really large numbers. But if the numbers are smaller, tens and hundreds, sometimes a number line works better. So we're going to compare these numbers by lining them up. So we're going to start with 4,260. And remember, we put the ones under the ones, 0, 2, 4. Very important that you line them up correctly. We start with the left digit. The 4s are the same. 2s are the same. So now we're going to be comparing the 6 and the 0. And we know that 6 is greater than 0. So 4,260 is greater than 4,209. Now we're going to compare 23,681 with 24,681. So I'm going to write my numbers. Whoops. And then I'm going to start with the ones and put everybody under the matching. The 2s are the same, but the 3 and the 4 are different. So 3 is less than 4. So 23,681 is less than 24,681. Now, I would like for you to pause the video and try the next one by yourself, and then come back and see if you got it correct. Okay, so let's compare 5,655,710 with 5,654,911. So I'm going to write my two numbers, starting with the ones, 1, 1, 9, that's my ones period, then my thousands period. 5s are the same, 6 the same, 5 the same, but look right here. 5 is greater than 4. So 5,655,710 is greater than 5,654,911.